Heck, I'm just going live. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rosetta. Hi, King Drewski 9000. Michael S., what's up? So, Star Wars now has a baby problem. And it always had a Kathy problem. I actually think that Iger wants Kathy out more than some of the fans. And I'll get to my speculation there. Yes, this is going to be a classic Madman video. Rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and a Mad Max. I haven't done that in a while about what's actually going on. But first, let me tweet out the link. Sorry, Christy. Is Christy here? I don't want to tweet out. Yeah, Christy's here. What in the world? A baby series? What the heck? Yes! This is talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi and what's really going on. But let me get out the... Hold on a second. You know what? I'm going to be honest here. Hold on. Oh, crap. This is a great start. I'm going to be honest here. It's harder to stream with the Darth Vader mask on. So I might switch it up. So give me a second. Hold on a second. Nah, I'll just keep it going. I'll keep it going. All right. A baby series. We're talking about the Obi-Wan. And why? What's the reason they're having so many issues? Well, for one, the Obi-Wan series, looking after Luke, is very similar to what they have going on with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. Too similar, in fact, that it's a big part of the reason for the delay. And the reason why... Oh, wait, I didn't tweet out the link. Hold on. I'm going hard again, and I'm not ready yet. Hold on a second. Let's get more people in here before I go crazy. I also was going to have a guest on, possibly, with Star Wars only, but I'm not sure. He might not be feeling well. So it wasn't set in stone. And then I said, I asked a few other YouTubers if they wanted to come on, but it was such short notice that I don't think it's possible. So I might be going solo here. But I do plan on being on Darth Daddy's channel 8 or 8:30 tonight. He says he asked me to come on. So I'm going to be there. And then who knows? I might come back for a late night stream here. If someone wants to come on my channel later. Because this was short notice. All right. If you want to come on Midnight Madness tonight, or I don't know, maybe I shouldn't go that. Maybe I should get some rest tonight. Because we do have binge buddies tomorrow. All right, so I did tweet out the video. Now, I am the first one on YouTube to say Kathleen Kennedy fired. I am the first one on YouTube. And this is not bloating my ego or anything. I'm just telling you, even if you think I'm full of crap, I was the first one. I was the first one that says Rian Johnson's trilogy was BS. And I always said that when it happened, it would be in a way that would make you sick. In a way to spin it. What way to spin it is she gets an extension. But look at the reality of the situation. Everything Star Wars went into a slowdown. Everything that she has direct control over is delayed, pushed aside. moved to streaming projects. Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy are on two different pages. It's so obvious now. Jon Favreau is Bobby's boy, Bob Iger. He got him in there. Kathleen Kennedy, yes, she's worked with J.J. Abrams in the past. She didn't necessarily want J.J. back for episode 9. That was another Bob Iger power play. Bob Iger and Disney did not want Kathleen Kennedy to begin with. That was George. So what I think's happening right now is you're seeing two versions of Lucasfilm trying to coexist at the same time with a figurehead that's there, so you don't get the bad press for the end of the trilogy, and because there's no new films to announce. Every time Bob Iger makes an announcement this way, he says it's a slowdown. We're going to be taking our time. What does Kathy announce on this end? We're having meetings, figuring things out with Ryan, D.B. Weiss, David Benioff. What came from those meetings? Absolutely jack squat. Why would she announce at Star Wars Celebration that the scripts are written and that we're starting filming? Because I'm not saying she's zero involved, but little to do. And maybe she had very little to do with The Mandalorian, to the point where when they finally see the finished product, The Mandalorian with Baby Yoda, oh shit. That is pretty close to what we were planning with Obi-Wan and Baby Luke. Man, does Luke get screwed again? They screw him on the way out and at the beginning, too. And what was Disney trying to do with Solo? Recast their famous characters, but with different actors. If you have the same actors, and rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, but Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, they were getting older at the time. Does that mean they never wanted to use these characters again? No. It did not work out with Solo. So what's the way to get around to that? Star Wars babies! Star Wars babies! All these series with Star Wars babies. Luke and Yoda. But that's how I think we're into this position. The other thing that's causing this is, in my opinion, this is rumor speculation time. The other thing is all this other series, Old Republic, High Republic, or whatever. I don't think they're ready yet. So the other thing that could be happening is Disney, Bob Iger and Alan Horn, I believe, they want a theatrical release, and the other stuff is not going to be ready in time. And on her way out, it would be good for the image of when she finally. I don't know how they're going to announce it now. I don't think it's going to go. I don't think her exit is going to go as smooth as they originally planned. I think they originally planned her to finish this trilogy. It would be dumb to officially announce her replacement when you're in a slowdown and you're not making many films. Why would you replace someone if you're not going to go into production or announce anything? That would have the new president look weak already, right out the bat. Jon Favreau is a power play with Bob Iger. If you actually, what has gone into production after The Last Jedi and Solo that Kathy is directly involved? Nothing. The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars was going to go through anyway. So that's what I think's going on. I'm going to get to the chat. You know what? I am going to switch helmets. So give me 1 minute. It's getting hot up in here. Well, before I switch, I'll give you a little, oh, here's my dog. All right, so give me a minute. I'll be back. No viewers leave. Christy, keep them here. Keep them here, Christy. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. It was getting hot up in there. I was losing my breath. I felt actually like Darth Vader. Okay. Now I can see the chat better and everything. All right. So I have a lot of theories of what's going on here. And I think it is two Lucasfilms. Even if Kathy doesn't realize her position, she doesn't realize that her lack of actual power. Anything she works on, they're just letting her spin her wheels with meetings and false starts and farts. That's one of my videos a long way back. False starts and farts. Nothing happens. Everything gets messed up, and it's drama. Everything that Filoni and Favreau are doing goes straight through, smooth sailing, no leaks. It's two different Lucasfilms working there. Now, that doesn't, I'm not trying to bash on the sequel trilogy saying this. If you look at it from a business and entertainment, she is failing hard with all this stuff. A part of it could be the pressure from Disney and Iger. They never wanted her to begin with. They do not want her to have any power. And even anything she does, she has the right to develop projects, to talk, to announce stuff. But then when it gets to the green light for the money to come in, yeah, they have to go to Iger and Horn. So let me get to the chat here. Yes, I could. Not as easy though. This is much better. you could tell I was struggling, huh? I was like, oh god. I wasn't blind, but I could see out of it. But this is. Look who's talking Star Wars. Yeah, I'm talking Star Wars. I was actually going. My wife helped me with the thumbnail, set it up while I was at work. I was actually going to have a Muppet Babies, Star Wars Babies thumbnail. I still might do that. Thanks, Rosetta. You like bashing on me. Hey, Irish. Mr. Pete channel's back. It's been a while, Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete is 75% away to the big time. All right. Go help out Mr. Pete. You're right, Rosetta. You're right. No, I'm just all right. The Unexpected Geek Nexus. What's up, posers? Okay. Justice League. How do you have so much time to stream lately? Good question. If you must know, I was very involved with family stuff months ago, and then 2 of my family members passed within a month. So it has freed up some time that I used to spend going to visit family, if you must know, in nursing homes. So that's, I I still work, but and you know what? Streaming, doing these, smash the hell out of the like button, because doing these streams and not constant 5 to 8 minute videos puts me at a disadvantage in the algorithm, and also keeping them up live. But it's my dedication to you, friends, not fans, not viewers. You guys are my friends. That's what I'm here for. It'll be good if Kenobi isn't there screwed. So I think they have to make it good where they have to do rewrites. This is, to me, this is actually promising. The other reason for the delay, the reason they're not, the reason, and I watched the Grace Randolph video, and she said they were the staff, the production crew, they did not hold them. What they could do, if there's a delay in production, they can hold the staff, but they were released from their contracts. That means an indefinite hold till they get it done right. So that means it might be a while. I wouldn't put it past them to try to make this into a feature film again, because I don't think, if you think this is a mess, what happens to the other movies they keep dancing around announcing that they don't announce? This is classic Kathy, head of Lucasfilm. You can't, even if you're for the sequel trilogy, if you like Disney, you cannot deny the absolute mess the productions have been. And all these projects that get started, the majority of them never see the light of day. The majority of them damage the public image, and the majority of them end up with people fired, except for someone at the top who I really think, my personal opinion is, she's there in name only because there's nothing new to announce, and everything that's progressing is towards streaming. Maybe they will maybe they'll just bump it out until she is replaced officially. And I think she was hoping that would be her. She's been holding Obi-Wan hostage. Everyone knows what the fans want. Everyone knows Obi-Wan is a sure thing. She's been holding it hostage like her only, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope to save face on my way out. Now, will she still save face? Yes, because she got the highest grossing trilogy of all time. She still got that on her resume. So good job, Menace. Not the madman's fault. I didn't see it. I didn't pay for it. So she's still getting that. And I think the other thing on her way out that she was hoping for was to get the Obi-Wan series, because every time there was a mess up, even if you think it's for her fault or not, they teased that the Obi-Wan series was the one that's been here since the beginning of Lucasfilm, or Disney taking over Lucasfilm. The thing that's been almost announced so many times. And the other reason I think Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy are on separate pages is her reaction to the script now. Because people might be asking, you're the president of Lucasfilm. How did you not know that these two series have kind of similar Star Wars babies? Baby Yoda, Baby Luke. And the Mando taking care of Baby Yoda, and Obi-Wan looking after Baby Luke. How did you not see that coming? Because I think that shows how little she had to do with the Mandalorian, and how things get pushed through for Star Wars projects when Bob likes it and Iger likes it, or Bob and Horn like it, but everything that Kathy's involved with falls through. That might not necessarily be her fault either. That might be the guys at the top say, you know what? Cool it, Kathy, until we officially get you out of here. And you'll never see the fired headline. I've always said that. I said, subvert your expectations of what fired means for these Hollywood bigwigs. All right, let me get to the chat. What do you think of my theories? What do you think? I'm onto something? All right. You can't argue with streaming services since even streaming services have Oscar-nominated performances. They're going to get better and better, and that's the only way to compete with Disney. Let me see, King Drewski. Yeah, he's on his way out too. He only stayed to get those Fox properties into streaming. I also think that is why Star Wars has suffered so much, because when they took over Pixar, when they took over Marvel, there were gaps of time to get it right. They took over Star Wars, and then they immediately tried to do the takeover of Fox properties. There wasn't enough time. They spread themselves way too thin. All right. Yes, I miss her too. Mr. Pete wants to get rid of everyone. Yes, I think there's the other problem is you can't compete with Baby Yoda. You can't compete with Baby Yoda, and that was going to be part of it. I think that's why they're getting rewrites. If Baby Luke was in the beginning of the series, like say the other reason I really suspect this is it was 6 episodes originally. They're rewriting it to 4, or possibly just moving it to a movie. Because I have strong you're not hearing anything about the movies. I like Baby Yoda. I'm going to put you in a timeout, Rosetta. Uh-oh. All right, I'm behind on the chat. It's like the Muppet Babies, but not cool. They keep using the OG. This is their way to use it. Yo, Zach. Uh-oh. Hot take by Irish. I find the whole Mandalorian show just pointless, personally. But if showing these are good writers in Lucasfilm still, then by all means. No, I like the Mandalorian. I appreciate your opinion, though. Let me see. Is Indy 5 still happening? Oh, wait, I have a guest. Hey, Angus.
Welcome back to Midnight Madness.
Thanks for coming on short notice.
Yeah, no, I literally just checked my Twitter. It's like I was literally gone an hour and I got like 40, notifications and YouTube and everything. See Mad Max going on, and then I see a link. I'm like, ooh, I haven't hung out with Max in a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Some mad cow disease.
Yeah, that's coming. So
what's going on?
Star Wars has a baby problem now.
Oh.
You've heard about the Obi-Wan series getting delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, I don't know, because Ewan came out and said that was delayed. Like the shoot was delayed by like 2 months. So.
Yeah, but you didn't watch Grace's video, did you?
No, I have not yet. I did share with some people.
Okay.
But I haven't got to watch.
All right, so Grace's video today, she explained that people were let go out of their contracts in the production. So that means indefinite, because if they were just going to delay it, they would keep them in their contracts where they could bring them back. Now they could bring those same people back, but that is a definitive. This is going to take a little bit.
That's a hard move.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I've said about this whole thing when I was with Tony yesterday was, what happens with Deborah Chow? Is she the director for 2022?
Okay. Yeah, the other possibility is they might try to rewrite it into it went from a movie to a series back to a movie. And yet another possibility is that maybe they will get her for Captain Marvel 2, because the Captain Marvel 2 stuff has been coming out. It's still Disney. Who knows?
Yeah, but, I mean, that would be smart for them to get a woman that, people in the Phantom Menace have gotten behind, vocal a vocal faction in fandom, where it's like, hey, we
there you go, giving the Menace all this credit again.
No. I'm just saying,
No.
from my neck of the woods,
Yeah.
that'd be a way to thread the needle, because I think they listen to us, how much credit they give us or whatnot. It's just YouTube in general, I don't know, but the stuff Menace says in large, Grace is saying, or echoing shades of that. So, and that's almost 1 million people. She's, and she's got credible leaks all the time. So, she's a viable reporter saying a lot of things we say. I think, they take heed of what we're saying. Grace is more of the representation crap herself, but she sees the problem. She's been, I think, one to say Kennedy needs to be fired and everything. So, I think the chat would be a great way to appease everyone. It's like, look, you got an Asian woman, but she doesn't really play that role. She doesn't play that crap. She just wants to be a director.
So you're actually live on an old school Max video where I did the rumor, speculation, strong opinions at the beginning.
Nice.
And I in a Mad Max, I did it again. But what I think is really happening, and I get a lot of crap about my early videos about fired and canceled, but I always said, "Are you there?"
Yeah, no, I'm driving,
Okay.
so I don't know what the background noise is like.
I hear you. It's fine, but it's fine. So I always say it's subvert your expectations of what fired actually means in Hollywood, and it'll make you sick when they announce it. And how would they do that? They announce an extension, but of course, and I think a lot of Menace channels have said this too, she's there in name only, a figurehead. And this kind of proves to me that there's two separate Lucasfilms going on. And I think Bob Iger wants her out just as much as anyone, but it doesn't make sense. Beyond not making sense because there's no movies, you don't want to deal with that damage of firing. Yes, there is still there's still SJWs and stuff out there that would lose their minds if you said fire Kennedy at that time. So it didn't make sense to officially announce it, but it really, and I'm not saying she has nothing to do with Lucasfilm, but if you look at the stuff that's actually moving forward, progressing, and is getting produced with quality, The Mandalorian, the Clone Wars that's going to come out, the Clone Wars would have happened no matter what. It's really got little to do with her. She's not that hands-on with these. And everything is moved to streaming. But this is also, because my opinion is she's there in name only, has very little to do. And her and Iger on completely different pages. Every time he says it's a slowdown, she says, oh, me, Ryan, D.B. Weiss, and David Benioff are having meetings to plan out the next 10 years. Really? What happened to that? Nothing ever happens to her meetings. I think they're just letting her spin her wheels until she's out.
I don't know, man. With her getting the I said this when the Feige thing came out. It's like, she's not gone. She's here for as long as she wants to. Maybe a second huge failure, maybe would oust her, and they could use it like, look, this lady sucks. She's hitting like 70% or less. But she keeps winning. Solo is the only loss. And the plan with her and Feige, even if it is sort of Iger-esque, where it's like, we're just putting her name on there, but really it's just Feige. Whatever the case, her name's on there, so she looks like a coach or a co-coach, a co-head of a project, and everything's worked under her besides Solo. Last Jedi, lost 40% compared to Force Awakens, but it still made money. So there's a win. You got Fallen Order. You got the Clone Wars is already a win. Mandalorian's a win. Everyone is, freaking out about Obi-Wan, both sides of the aisle, so she's winning overall. Now, there's clips of her when they announced this UN thing. We got the scripts done, and now it's like only two.
I was going to just bring that up. Thanks for that segue. What do I think actually happened? Classic rumor speculation talk. I think that proves that she isn't involved with it as she'd like to be with the Mandalorian. Like, she would know how closely the big thing is that they're taking away from this is they got two series that are kind of similar with a young Yoda baby and a young Luke baby. and Obi-Wan taking care of the baby, and Mando taking care of Yoda. That's another big thing of why rumor as to why they're delaying it and cutting it from 6 episodes to 4. Which if 2 of those episodes featured Baby Luke a lot, maybe they'll still have him, but reworking it so it's not so similar.
Yeah, I read that. That is an interesting point, but I think it's already kind of just like they'd be tripping over their own feet if they tried to involve Luke that much at all, because it's pretty clear from New Hope that he there's that old guy that people talk about. I don't really know him, so there doesn't seem to actually be any interaction, if any, very minute with Luke and Obi-Wan. So I think it'd be really dumb.
Baby Luke right at the beginning, I don't know.
That'd just be really dumb for him to be lingering around. You're vigilant, and the rebels really screwed everything up, because the ultimate thing is having Darth Maul face off again live action, and you've put yourself in a corner now where you got to make that not canon or world between worlds or whatever, and it was a different timeline. It just that's a big point you could sell as the rematch live action Maul Obi-Wan to capstone this, at least the first season. I think this could be a movie. I think they're going to go back to maybe a movie and focus on actually developing the High Republic, the Old Republic. I think that'd be the smart thing to focus on that trilogy and do Obi-Wan as a movie, or vice versa, because Obi-Wan was rumored as a trilogy, and then you could just focus all your creative efforts on making that one kind of spin-off, just different thing, the High Republic or Old Republic, getting it right,
So that's another point of view. Maybe they just it's not about the baby thing, but they want to take it back to the movie, so they have something to release. And I see a lot of the people that give the green lights with the funds would say, "Hey, why don't we make this a movie?" Especially Rise did underperform what they wanted. It didn't do bad. It wasn't a bomb, but it didn't do as good as they wanted, and they want a surefire thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is they got good writers over at Lucasfilm. I know people are gonna freak out and at me, but it might be Marvel Lucasfilm. I'm not sure how they cut it up with Star Wars comics as far as writers, where they come from, but I read some of those Age of Resistance, those in-betweener for explaining Last Jedi plot points going into Rise of Skywalker, and they did amazing with what material they had, and same vein as JJ. We're hey, he did well with what was left. So and the Vader comics have been solid, throughout. The most controversy they ever had was the SJWs were freaking out because Vader stabbed a woman who was fangirling over him. That was hilarious. So I have confidence that they can do good with legacy characters, and I'm not even an Obi-Wan fanboy or anything. I like Ewan; it's cool to see him back, but I just want new stuff or undeveloped stuff like Boba Fett. There's so much left open to do with him, or Asajj Ventress, or the Night Sisters. Savage, something like that. Something.
I don't think that they do rushing the Boba Fett with the Mando going though.
We know. I think the Mando is the consolation of hey, you remember Boba Fett? Well, here's discount Boba Fett.
Well, what's your do your own version of rumor speculation? What do you think's going to happen?
I don't know.
About Kathy.
Kathy. She stays not only till Indy 5 is done,
okay,
but she's just sitting on the shelf forever and ever. Barring a real loss, she's just gonna sit there until she decides to leave or die like Lemmy from Motorhead. It's her bait. She's everyone talks about Lucasfilm's been around for 30-something years before she took over. That's true, but it's under new management. It goes from we are an independent company to we are part of an umbrella corporation, and it takes time to adjust. Now, what is that time? What is that limit? Has they already passed it? I have no idea. I don't. How do you judge how long a company needs to adjust to suit a new fan base when they're owned by $1 billion corporation? I don't know. But there's that, and just her tenure, all of the great work she's done as a producer. which, yeah, she's a money person. I know people go to that, but at some point she's having creative influence because she knows the ropes of the money. So now it's like, all right, yep, bankers, they're covering us. I got my cronies, got my buddies. Now let me get dirty with, helping the script or picking the director, stuff like that,
The other benefit of if they do make it a film again, Obi-Wan, not only might it fill that slot where they're not ready for the Old Republic or High Republic yet, but it would give it would let her fulfill her word. She's already fulfilled it with Deborah Chow in the Mandalorian show, but have a theatrical release Obi-Wan movie directed by Deborah Chow on her way out. So she would get that headline, the highest grossing trilogy, and then have a theatrical release by a female director. And they go for that. They go for the way to produce things, to make it seem better than it is. And give what the fans want, give what she wants. So, and what the people holding the money do, the stockholders and stuff. Everyone knows Obi-Wan. They've been holding him hostage like their only hope. You know how many times she failed to get it started. There's been so many times where they were going to announce it and didn't.
Yeah, I expect it'll be different because it'll make money. But I feel that, like, this, if Deborah Chow actually gets a movie for Star Wars and everyone's like hyping up because she doesn't talk the identity politics stuff, it's just going to backfire in a lot of her faces that have that as a big concern and make that big part of the channel. I don't. I try to only make it when I think it's a worthwhile topic and not harp on it. But I am vigilant. I'm aware, I guess, of that discussion. But I don't like to beat you over the head with it. But I think Deborah Chow getting a movie, long term, the narrative, it's gonna be like Alita, where it's like you don't even realize you're talking like the enemy. You're talking like the Eshido. You're worried about female character, female director, blah blah blah, as a talking point. When it's like you should just talk director as like a genderless kind of position.
But I think everyone would be okay with it too, though.
Oh yeah, I think overall,
Deborah Chow, it would make everyone happy.
It'll undercut the narrative for a lot of channels on my side of the aisle.
Mm-hmm. Zach Moore says it's called setting release dates to a film without having a script. Yeah. Now that's my theory, that they're on completely different pages, and that's why they're ready to film. And she's like finally looking at the script now, and she's like, because I'm not saying she's not involved at all, but they're not working together smoothly at all. That's why there's such chaos and leaks and all this. Everything gets out to the public, where everything with Favreau and Filoni goes through smooth, because they have to get Horn and Iger to sign off on that stuff, but it goes through real. I really think also that the Favreau placement, Johnny Favs, was an Iger power play. He loves Johnny Favs. He's helped him his whole career at Disney, with the start of the MCU too. The Lion King, Jungle Book. He's done a lot for him.
Yeah, people forget he's an Avengers producer, so everyone thinks the Whedon was just a whiz. And it's like, Favreau had everything like nice and padded for him.
So that was a way. In everything he does gets done with no issues at all. So
yeah,
no leaks,
I've never heard
delays.
of controversy in a Favreau production.
So that's my theory, that there's two Lucasfilms running right now. One that reports Favreau pretty much could go right to Iger and Horn and get what he wants. And then to Kathy's there, we're planning the next 10 years of nothing happening in false starts. That was my take in this video. Let's get to some of the chat to see. I don't know what all this talk about Jesus in the chat is. I have Baby Yoda. All right.
Please, me and Lunga already talked enough politics yesterday.
Oh, really?
Well, we were talking about House of Cards, and so I was giving an analogy about left and right, where I'm like, it's just a game of purple.
I didn't see that show.
Yeah, it was fun, and people kept hanging out with us. We just ended up being like a conversation of like two bros having a beer,
Okay,
but
that's cool.
It's good.
All right, let me see.
What's up, Wandering Jedi? and Mr. Pete.
All right, let me check here. Kitten is here, I think. Marie Star. Hi, guys. I'm probably going to be on Longest channel later. And oh, wait. She's calling me out for clickbait. It's not clickbait. I do clickbait. For sure I do clickbait. Ask my buddy Angus. I especially did it at the beginning. Oh, yeah, I did. I'll admit it. But this one, I actually talked about the topic. It's not clickbait. Yeah, they got a baby problem. Baby Luke, Baby Yoda. Might be too similar. They might come out with the Obi-Wan series and be like, and then they're like, well, Baby Yoda's cooler. Luke gets screwed again.
No, you know what you need to do? They need to have teenage Yoda, like teenage Groot.
I'm not ready for that. I need my baby Yoda time. Brian Hill, who cares about Ryan Johnson? He's old news.
Oh shit, Ryan Johnson. Did you see his tweets?
No.
Go on Twitter, look at Ryan Johnson. He did a recent tweet. He said something about, like, one of my favorite directors, Robert Eggers of The Witch. He's like, yeah, so there's going to be a Star Wars by him, and then it's going to have a lot of boobs. And if you all freak out about space cow boobs, you're really going to freak out. And it's like, that's actually a good troll. I'll give you that one.
All right. Let me see here. When was this?
Today.
Oh.
I replied, I'm like, how's that trilogy coming?
It's not happening. I love Star Wars only. Me and him butt heads on that all the time. I 100% said I am not going. I'm going to delete my channel if Ryan Johnson's trilogy ever gets to the theaters. Like, I'm that strongly I feel that it's never going to happen. Especially now. Yeah, Obi-Wan's delayed, but Ryan Johnson's trilogy's happening. Yeah, right. They would never announce that now. Can you imagine if those two things happen? We got to push Obi-Wan back, but good news, Ryan Johnson's trilogy's starting. No. I think he said he's going to work on Knives Out 2 or something. Yeah, he looks real busy about Star Wars.
Oh my God. This guy, he's got too much time on his hands.
Ryan Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, that proves it, doesn't it?
I mean, do you remember, like, JJ trolling people? Like, I'm going to do this or that. Like, no, he got to work. You don't have to like it. But the dude just gets to work. And then he talks once like, hey, I'm done. And go on my press tour.
Yeah. Do you think Kathy wanted JJ back? I think that was Iger too.
Well, I think Iger was happy just giving, like, well, the guy's got $2 billion on him.
Oh, that's right. Angus is on the stream, and I got to make a new mod squad. But still not Angus. All right, hold on a second. 'Cause I'm black. That's not the only reason. I'm just kidding. All right, hold on. I just love trolling you like that.
No, it's great.
Mod Squad, are you still in the chat, Mod Squad? Yeah, Angus is on stream, but he still doesn't get a wrench. Maybe I can mod him and then unmod him while he's on the stream.
Oh, wow. Well, you either have to paste me in on the studio or I have to comment for you to do that. And I can't when I'm on. When I link through Twitter, I can't do that on my phone. This app kills your phone, man.
Let me get back. I mess up on the chat. I go backwards and I'm like, I'm reading stuff that was a while ago. That's the problem with reading the chat with the mask on. I did have my Vader mask on earlier and I was having trouble breathing. So I had to switch it up.
Sounds appropriate.
Yeah. Wookiee Supremacy is saying hi.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Mr. Pete. It's been a while, Mr. Pete. He's back. He's 75% of the way to the big time. I really want him to get to 1,000 and then see what he's going to put next.
I thought he was at like, oh, well, maybe it's an upgrade. I remember he was like 800 is the next thing, and now he switched to, okay.
It's
an upgrade.
All this baby talk. I can't play my controversial game I got in trouble for before. No, we're not even going to speak of it, but someone mentioned Baby Groot. No, Baby Groot is old news. Sorry, Marie. Sorry, kitten. I don't. It doesn't hold a candle to Baby Yoda.
Did you ever see that dance off someone made of Yoda and Groot?
No.
Yeah, I'll have to dig and find it. It might be on YouTube. But yeah, someone animated like a 2-minute thing of like Groot, baby Groot's dancing, and then all of a sudden Yoda like hits the button like when he does in Mando, and then it goes back and forth, and then like Yoda like force chokes his ass.
Oh, that's cool. I want to see that. I'm supposed to go on Daddy's channel in like an hour.
Nice.
The Obi-Wan vlog is here. Do you have plans this weekend for YouTube or just chilling?
Talking about me or Obi-Wan?
No, you.
Not really. I mean, I might do an impromptu kind of just talking about comics I'm reading. Maybe do kind of like let people Q&A me about whatever, or recommend stuff. Just hang out. Try to build like the comics half of my my brand, if you will. Because like when I do comics, like 50 people watch it most. So it's like I don't do this because it gets me a lot of clicks.
Yeah.
Because I care and it's fun, but yeah, I'm slowly trying to build like the comics half of my channel. Because like everyone knows me as a Menace like Star Wars channel.
Yeah.
That's fine, but it's like I'm so much more than that. My first video was supposed to be actually about life. Ryan Reynolds movie.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I've been trying to do Movie Madness as like a way to compete with Campy and stuff, and that doesn't get the views like my Midnight Madness either, but I still do it.
Really quick, because you wear the masks and stuff, are you a comic reader? I never really got to address that.
I'm not much anymore. When I was a kid, I used to get some. I want to get back into it though, especially talking to people like you and Second Street. I have a really nice comic shop, and I'm gonna go film like I do for the Blu-ray hunts with some comics, and it's gonna be the first comics I've gotten in a long time. I did get one Comicsgate comic, and that was Starblades.
That is gonna be awesome. I wish I could have backed it.
And to be honest with you, I was gonna pull the trigger on Cyberfrog when he did a nice package deal, but then he started charging eBay prices, and I'm like, nah. I'll get a mask instead. So I'll just, to be honest, yeah, if it was a little bit higher, but it was the Salamandroid cover with the ash cans combo, and he was charging $50 for it when he charged $25 before, and I was like, I get that you could bring up the price, but double. I was like, sorry.
Yeah, I wish I could have got the original Chromium of like just Cyberfrog. That's such a sick cover. I got the team up where they like fist bump, and it's fine. But the comic is amazing. But like, I'm just like, oh man, like when you know the Chromium exists, it's just nothing compares.
Yeah.
But no, I got a site for you to be able to check out comics, whatever you want to investigate. Because I'm reading through my library because they get volumes. Immortal Hulk, and I'm on the second volume. It's pretty solid. I'm liking it. So. Season Marvel's trying again. Whatever dip they had, because I'm newer to comics, so just like the Rookie Credit, you kind of experience it fresh with me.
Yeah, that's cool. We are having a Binge Buddies episode tomorrow night. Are you watching Clone Wars Lost Missions episodes 1 and 2? Episode 1 and 2.
I got Disney Plus access, and I own all
that's what we voted for. And then what Longo wants to do is have 5 on the panel, and then every week have a guest. And then he wants, it's kind of like a Gray Order type thing. He put a lot of work into him, so it was my idea, but he put more. You know how I come up with ideas, but I don't have any follow through. That's actually a complaint of my wife too. She's like, you think of this stuff, but you don't know how to do any of it. You're a big talker. That's what Longa says. Like, how are you doing this? And he figured it out. He figured out all the details. He made an intro too. So that's why I was like, okay, we wanted to call it Binge Buddies, but we call it Stream Junkies instead.
Yeah, I know. Lunga hates Binge Buddies.
I think it's catchy. And yeah, people can make fun of it, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, yeah, like let people meet. It's like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Alex Jones, I think, stages half of the stuff that is memeable because he knows it gets traction. He knows people check out the clips, and some people will be like, "Wait, what is the full context of this clip?" And so then they get deep into InfoWars. It's like it's a game.
Yeah. So Binge
yeah,
Buddies, I think, works better on a better level because it's easily you can remember it easy, and you can always say, "Will you be my binge buddy?" And you're like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And then it gets stuck in your head.
It's like Thunder Buddies, like Ted, Thunder Buddies for life.
Yeah. Right. It is cute. I still like it. I think he missed the boat on that. I mean, Stream Junkie sounds cool too, but I think Binge Buddies would have been the slam dunk. Oh, there is one. Oh, let me check my messages too. All right.
Grobnob, the troll. If you haven't, check out my Stealing Solar review. I think I gave it a fair, just story review. But no, in the same instance, those are some clever titles you got. Being a troll, I like it. They did make me laugh.
Oh, Echo Basis here. Did you watch the documentary?
No, something like that. I want to set aside the time.
Yeah, it's
might
really
watch
good
it tomorrow, but
it's really good.
It's I don't know, like it's just a topic I'm not like
it made me sad
concerned with. Like I'm still a Star Wars fan, so I think like we've gone through this phase. I like Rise of Skywalker and Force. It's like 2 out of 3, so 60% of the trilogy I like. So.
It was interesting. It didn't include because they're for the Menace like you are. But they did a fair and balanced, like included all kinds of YouTubers, and it was very interesting to go back. Like you remember stuff, it like triggered memories, and I mean everyone remembers what happened, but it was very well done. It looks like it took a long time. They like put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, that's the one benefit. It can definitely be a criticism in the ministry, just anywhere that wants to jump on today's article.
Oh no! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Second Street's causing. You better not. I better make a second channel called Binge Buddies just in case.
It was a trick the whole time. They're just here to steal your name. But no, like the benefit, even though it gets incessant, and then you kind of tune out because it's like, oh, look, another article they're covering. And it's just like one. It's like it becomes Mike Zero. It's like one tidbit that's new.
Yeah.
But the benefit is you can see that progression of like this thing. You can start adding it up. So it's a pro and con.
Well, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel when you go to Teen Vogue for your article videos. I called him out on that, and that was in my thumbnail last night.
So I'm not going to read Teen Vogue.
Right, in this, the SJWs go crazy in this Teen Vogue article. I was losing my shit. I was like, are you serious, Jeremy? Oh my God, that is sad. Yeah, I'm calling Jared Ward out, and yes, that's sad as hell. When you're like, my source is Teen Vogue.
Oh my God! There's a movie called Happiness. It stars the Dr. Connors from Spider-Man trilogy. Yeah, I'll leave that there. Just you can read it, or find a way to watch it. It's a pretty rare indie film. But yeah, Teen Vogue. It's funny.
Well, this kind of bailed the channels out of the fire that we're kind of having a slow month. This Star Wars news.
What was the news from Teen Vogue of all places?
Those crazy SJWs are so upset about the Hunger Games prequel focusing on Mr. White, a white male character.
Dude, Hunger Games is so like a decade ago.
They shouldn't even do that. If they are actually pursuing that, it's past the time. It's like it would fail. It'll flop. I'm pretty sure.
They're just trying to jump on the Joker hot topic kids,
Yeah, Echo Base Necker. Who went to Teen Vogue? Jeremy did. Yeah, I say it like that too. Jack JW Productions. He's going to be our featured guest on Binge Buddies tomorrow night, and he's telling Luggy he wants it to stay Binge Buddies, but he already made an intro, and I'm not making an intro. So I'll keep it Stream Junkies because I'm not going to make an intro.
Hey, Second Street, what's up, man? You'll have to DM me or something. We'll figure out. Finally, hammering out the time to stream together because I'm trying to focus on comics more. So let's hammer that out, man. Hey, what's up, Christy? It's good
Will
seeing
you
you
will
here.
you
Echo
film
Base.
at your local comic shop? Go to them?
No, I got kids, so I just I know Second
Okay.
Street's more open, but like being a comic skater thing, like it's just always it's died down definitely since Redfmus has got bored or just become irrelevant. But doxing is always a fear of mine, so I try to only show myself in like a secluded spot or like in my office where there's no markers to like pick up on.
Yeah, I understand that.
There's a legitimate paranoia for me because it's like you never know if someone like, oh, I know where that's at, or they'll figure it out on Google Maps and call the cops and SWAT you.
Yeah, I wanted to do full Madman attire at movie theaters and comic shops, but then it's dangerous. And then even if I get into there, film it with my stuff on. How do I get the hell out of there with my car and not anyone noticing my license plate? I might just go film regular and not be on camera and just
Well,
go.
I think if you, especially a comic store, if we're in like Dr. Do or something, if you just go in beforehand, be like, hey, I have a YouTube channel, like show them, like, look, this is my shtick, and just show them the thumbnails. If you're cool with, Dr. Jeff's like a comic owner, then, they'll probably be like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I wanted to do that, but then I thought about, I'm like, I'm not even going to be on camera that much myself. I'm going to be filming the store. So is it worth all that effort just to do it? So that's my other, like, it's a lot of effort I definitely, if I ever go to cons, I'm going in full madman. I want to go to cons in the future for sure.
Yeah. Echo Base asking if there's any updates on Meth Gator. I'm taking my time writing it. I'm not trying to rush it. When I have an idea to, put it to paper, I put it to paper as soon as possible, or at least text myself a note or something. I usually write on the weekends, given I'm busy all week. I do a security job usually when I'm writing. But soon there should be the finalized logo, because the promo logo you see, the green, the lettering, it's all fine, but the green gator blends in. So there's a black option with red trim that I'm going to use that gator head for. So there's a little bit better distinction for the gator. What else? Waiting on the poster, the first of 3 posters to be scanned and sent to me from one of the artists for the campaign, the poster campaign. And also with the logo, to be proactive, I'm hoping if any anti-CG people want to be like, gay tour, it's like, yeah, we're pro-LGBT here in Meth Gator country, so I want to have a LGBT color scheme Meth Gator alternative logo.
I'm gonna put you on the spot after you're done. not too bad. Not too bad. Sorry. Hello? Angus? What happened? Oh, he left. It wasn't gonna be that bad. I was just gonna ask him. All I was gonna ask him was if he thinks the cash grab is actually gonna happen. Cecil's book. That's all I was gonna ask him. But he dropped. I don't know if he dropped out or he ran away. All right, Firewater. No, it's not. Let me get to the chat. You could call an Uber and a Lyft to get where you're parked, hoping they don't give chase. Yeah, you could get an Uber as a madman. I don't know if the Uber would pick me up. Yeah, we are going to meet one day for sure. And no, you're wrong, Trinity. You are wrong. All right, let me see what else is here. Yeah, you know what? An expected geek nemesis. That's gonna look really suspicious. A guy in a mask, in all leather, covering up his license plate. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask him about. I wasn't gonna bring it too hot. He dropped out. Oh well. Oh, well, you can always ask Second Street. On the road. Cash Grab is aptly titled. Yes. I checked out a stream of Cecil's yesterday where he had one of the little figurines, so I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, that's what I wasn't going to do anything real devious. I was just going to ask you, Angus, if you think the Cash Grab will actually be a delivered comic, or is it just a big joke? Your opinion. Not fact, but your opinion. If you think it, well, even if you do, okay, if you think, and then another question is, if you do think it's coming, will it be on time? I think everyone knows it's not going to be on time. I've done car videos. Not a many people watch my car videos. Cool. Sell it to Lucasfilm. You need to be on the story group, Michael S. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention is Star Wars: The Old Republic, the old games might be getting a remaster. And you know what? I think that's where I'm going to end it. Oh, okay. Wait. All right. Let me see what he says. He was acting too smug on stream. Okay. Won't be on time for sure. That's part of the joke. Will it ever happen though? I'll tell you what. That Griff girl. Now that you're gone, Angus, I could talk about that Griff girl. I don't want to get you heat. But that Griff girl. Let's check to see if her Indiegogo, or not her Indiegogo, if her GoFundMe is still live before we end this, because I'm not letting it go. No, I'm not. Let me see. It's still live. It's still live. Someone else donated. That Griff girl still has her GoFundMe for a perk on Cecil's comic that is already filled. And I did send her an email. And that's where I'll end it. I'll talk to you later. Follow me onto Darth Daddy's stream at 8 or 8:30 on the Gray Council YouTube channel. I'll see you later.